Bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum. Cut.
A few moments.
And we're back. Hey guys. Damn, glowing once again. Hello, spiritual sirens. How are you guys? Welcome back. It's another week, another day, another blessings, more pay. Hey. But y'all, I'm in the process of becoming a master lyricist. But you gotta read. Let's normalize reading again. That should be lit. But it was so funny I even said that because the other day I had a client and we were literally listening. I was doing her boyfriend's hair. She's one of my regulars. We were literally listening to an audiobook while I was doing his hair, and it was juicy. It was good. But let's get back to it, y'all. Of course, it's another Sunday. Another Sunday. Another day of vibes. Another day of I don't know, man. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about what I learned in the sermon also, but I'm really just chilling right now. I can't even describe it. It's so strange because I was extremely bored last week, and I was just feeling damn, not even bored, but I felt stagnant. You know what I'm saying? I felt mad stagnant, so I was just I need to change. And I thought that change needed to be talking to someone. That did not work out. That ended very quickly. I'm gonna keep it real and raw with y'all. I'm not always philosophical. Some days, I be going through it just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We just all trying to figure this shit out. You hear me? But sometimes I do try and indulge in distractions, knowing damn well they're just distractions, because I'm hesitant on getting to a space that I know I need to be at with God, to be honest. Because lately I've been feeling this pushing, this nulling, but but at the same time, I also feel like I'm just supposed to be waiting. So it's kind of just finding that balance between being patient and waiting for the blessings that God has on his way to you, and also continuing to be active and pursuing your manifestations and the things that that your heart desires and what you call God for. So it's because it's faith without work is dead, right? So it's if you really want something real bad, you can't immediately obtain it, but you can make steps towards doing that, because we get so focused on the goal sometimes we forget how to be present, and we forget that we get anxious because we're not present. We won't realize we already have all the tools necessary to get to that starting point. And the tools are God, faith, and a work ethic. Damn it, it's really not that hard. We really sometimes we oversimplify things in this way of saying that we feel like it's just ask God and it's supposed to happen. But really it's ask God, show God that you're ready for it by preparing for it and allowing him to prepare you for it. And then when you get it, don't play games with it. And that goes across the board. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a relationship, because I've been praying for a marriage. I've been praying for a marriage for a good couple years now. And y'all know I'm freshly 22. I'm still a babe in the world. But it's not even maybe a marriage that I want, right? I just want a long-term commitment because I'm picky. I'm picky, and I'm a lot. I'm a lot to deal with, guys. I'm a sweetheart, but I'm a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that fact. And the people that are in my life are comfortable with that fact. That's why they love it here. Everyone loves it here. Okay? So, but you can't love it here and not nourish where you're loving, okay? You have to be able to nourish me the way I want to nourish. Okay? That's the criteria. But yeah, y'all, like, for real, today we're talking about integrating God in all the things in our life. And y'all know me, I'm a very expressive person. I'm myself. Like, y'all gonna peep my personality by fire or force, and y'all gonna love it because I'm entertaining. Don't lie. The people can't lie. I'm entertaining as fuck. But I'm learning bounds with that, and also learning how to center God in all things I do, especially how I express myself. Because sometimes it can be a little off-putting if you don't already know a little bit about me, you know what I'm saying? Because I can be very sarcastic and very, like, my humor can be very dark because humor has always been my coping mechanism. And I've been through a lot of shit, guys. I know it doesn't look like it, but I have, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm learning to refine how I express myself, so what I actually want to get across gets across, but still being authentic to my true self, you know? So even when it comes to, like, making new friends or just networking in general, I'm learning to, because I realize, like, people really like me, guys. People really like, and it's like, that's never a question, right? But that was never a question. But the thing is, like, sometimes I feel like my personality can be a bit to handle, and because I'm such a blunt person, because I'm on the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? And, like, if you don't know about my mental sensitivities, it's kind of, I feel like, not hard to get to know me, but it's like, certain things I do will make it seem like I don't like you, but really, if I'm taking the time to observe you, I care, and I actually want to see if you fit within my life. But if I'm just kikiing, don't really, like, engage in real conversation with you, see how silent it got? So I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Without saying nothing. But yeah, y'all, because I'm just like, I've grown past a time. You see how my ADHD goes? I was just talking about centering God, but it ties together, I promise. But I've just been getting to the point where I'm not putting myself in spaces or situations where I can't be my true authentic self. Because that's where it makes it hard for me to center God in the things I do. Because when I feel that conviction, because I know I can't fit where I am, because either my light is just not, like, my light is just not in a space where it would be welcome, because, you know, sometimes certain darknesses don't like to be out in the open, and I have a tendency to really make people reflect on the parts of themselves that they usually can hide from other people. And that's just because God has placed this gift of discernment on me, one, but also just because my personality, who I am, people are very comfortable with me. So it's like, I get to the point where it's like, oh, because unfortunately, a lot of people just don't take the time to just listen and make people feel valued. And I make it a thing to do that with every person I come in contact with. Even if it's someone that I'm just crossing on the street, if I decide to speak to you or engage in conversation, I'm going to look you in your eyes. I'm going to smile. I'm going to be warm. I'm going to be welcoming, because I want you to feel valued. Because I know there were times in my life where I just wanted someone to make me feel valued, you know? So it's like, understanding that, I'm learning how to be much more accommodating when it comes to, like, people misunderstanding me, but also not put myself in those situations where I'm purposefully misunderstood, and then I feel like I can't be myself, because then I can't let my light shine, and that's just not going to work for me anymore. I'm tired. I'm done with dimming my light to make people feel comfortable. Shine brighter, bitch. God, I'm working on it. But for real, like, I'm done. Like, I want us to, if I'm in your life, I want us to make each other shine brighter. Real talk. Like, and that comes with relationships, friendships, anything. Like, and it's so hard with relationships because I've been doing hair for so long, and because I've just always been engaged in my communities, I know of a lot of people, and a lot of people know of me. I make it a habit to talk about, giving back to the community as much as you can, and I genuinely try to do that as much as possible during whatever stage I am in my life. And I'm learning how to be more generous with that again, because I had a hard time in my life. I had to learn how to take care of me first. But now that I'm in a position where I can give back, I really want to start really getting back into that and helping others to do so too, because it's just the small things that you do and you show and you act like you show people God's love through your behavior and how you demonstrate yourself in this world. So if you're saying that you love God and you're God-centered and you're love-centered, then you're moving in a way that shows people that love, true unconditional love, like the love God has for us, is real, by demonstrating that upon other people, whether they wrong you or they don't. Don't get me wrong, don't disrespect your boundaries, because your body is a temple. Would you be happy with someone disrespecting your God? So why would you let someone disrespect you? And that doesn't mean you have to be, counterproductive by being, causing conflict. You can just simply step away. And last year, I mastered simply stepping away and waiting. Because realistically, bro, karma is real. If you don't want to pay attention, that's perfectly fine and dandy for you. But for me, I pay attention by being present and looking at the small details in my life where God wants me to connect what things I need to understand in whatever phase I'm at. So it's like, I really don't play when it comes to, having a certain level of transparency with the people that are going to be in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning that I don't need to be like always in people's face, but also knowing that like there are times where I need to put in more effort, because I'm a person that does like isolation and likes to be alone so I can observe. But sometimes I don't always have to observe. I can be present, But that comes from like a survival mode thing of just, observing my surroundings to make sure everything's good at all times. But I'm learning to release that more and more. So I'm grateful for real. But yeah, y'all, like, keeping God centered in everything that you do helps you to allow him to guide you. Because it's like, when you keep him in mind, when you're making decisions, it's like, okay, I know he showed me this the other day. That's coming up. A situation I'm dealing with is coming up. It's pretty similar. Maybe I can use things that I learned from that predicament to better help myself and make something productive out of this situation, But not only that, I was also thinking, I was supposed to post it as a quote today, but I just lost the thought. It was something about, I was saying that angels are not only God's guides for us and like soldiers and stuff like that, but they're also gift bearers. So I feel like, especially when it comes to God's anointed ones, people that he puts in places of authority to be shepherds to those in their circles and allow them to learn how to be shepherds to others also. You would have like certain guides or angels that have certain gifts that they have mastered to also not only protect and guide you, but teach you how to use that gift. So it's like, that's why it's so important to work with, like, not only pray to God about your circumstances, but pray to him to reveal to you through his angels, his gift bearers, how to properly use the gifts he's bestowed upon you. Like for me, like, I have a very powerful gift of discernment. My aunt actually helped me to understand it when I was growing up. My mom's homegirl from lifetime friends, but helped me to understand it through watching her and observing her, how to properly distinct between the voices that are allowed to show me what I need to know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, there can be a truth that I understand, but in what context am I supposed to utilize it so that I'm not misunderstanding the message, but I'm also not attaching it to every single thing that I go through, because not every message is for every situation. That's how another thing that I'm starting to learn. And sometimes your messages aren't always for you. Sometimes they're to help you aid in the people that you help shepherd and understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm really trying to get back into the nitty gritty of my spiritual life and my spiritual health. And these next couple weeks, my church is doing like a fast. Last year, I started my celibacy journey again. Mind your business. I started my celibacy journey again. And I was like, I'm going to be celibate for the future time going, but just, heavy emphasis of just, even like celibacy comes in, celibacy comes like, touching yourself, stuff like that, like just cutting all that stuff out, because I know a lot of men and women deal with like porn addictions. Not that I do, but I'm just saying it's something that is a real issue. So learning how to, not even just sex, but lust is wicked. Hey, lust is a wicked thing. A very wicked thing to even experience, bro. That Jezebel spirit, look it up, G. I'm telling you. So I'm really learning how to discern. Another thing that like really impacts your discernment is lust. Because a lot of times we get into states of like limerence where you're just obsessed with someone. Not necessarily that you don't have feelings for that individual, but it's like, it's the lust is just so overwhelming, and the intrigue that is like driven by that lust is like, it makes you feel like you're obsessed with the person to that point. And I have that effect on people. But deadass, like, just like generally, like, lust is just wicked, y'all. Like, it could confuse you, get you into situations you probably never would have initially allowed yourself to get into if you were thinking of a sound mind. And it's another thing that lust is carried by, is like things like your addictions, whether it be to substances, to liquor, to what I'm seeing our young people be taken by the liquor. We did another prohibition. Because this shit is insane. I'm seeing people talking about no one understands me like the bottle. Huh? Can we get a water bottle? And a therapist, please. Or a journal. Something else. Like, I kid, but like, for real, y'all, there need to be better sources or outlets for these emotions that we're all experiencing. Because you go on social media, you see a lot of people are talking about the same shit. You're not alone, I promise you. And I just really hope that this encourages just one person to find a new way to express yourself, or look for a way to something. But when you're not taking care of your body, it also damages your nervous system that lives in your gut, right? So it's hard for you to feel better if you're not taking care of yourself internally and physically, externally as well. So it's not just about looking good and feeling good. It's about really being better from the inside out, not just spiritually, but how you take care of yourself. And how you take care of other people is going to come from that. How you treat yourself. And that's not necessarily like always fact, because sometimes we are people pleasers, and that's sometimes can be from trauma, whatever, and you treat other people better than you treat yourself. Well, I want to ask you to please, for this week, even try to reverse that, or maybe even take a step back and see if those people that you're giving all that energy to are doing the same to you. Because that's what you deserve. You deserve, and don't get me wrong, not everybody's going to have the same love language as you. So it's not necessarily always about effort, because sometimes you're going to have to give 70-30, and that's okay. That's why you're supposed to have a partner, someone you can depend on, someone that you know when you're down, they're going to be up for you. So it's just like, y'all go out this week. I ask that you not necessarily fast, but just take a second look at some of the things going on in your life. What things can you abstain from to maybe help you see things a little clearer? That's all I'm asking. How can you integrate God in small decisions in your life to help you feel like you're being more led and not just, lost? Because a lot of times when we feel like we just have to make decisions on our own, we feel lost. That is totally okay, especially in our 20s. We are lost. Respectfully, a lot of us are just making decisions, trying to figure stuff out, and that's okay. Like stop putting too much pressure on yourself. Give yourself some grace, but also with that grace, just be more mindful of what you can do for your happiness, not anyone else's, yours. Love y'all. Signing out. Mwah.